It doesn't matter where we go in the world, for me it was whether it was in Haiti or whether I'm at camp in Canada, whether I'm in Poland, wherever we go, there's just hurting and broken people. And that's our job, is just to love them where they're at, wherever they're at.
I think just coming back, really asking the question, who am I investing in? And to challenge the people I'm investing in, that they need to be investing in someone. Jesus said, go and make disciples of all nations. And I think that's something that, yes, we did music, yes, we had fun, the food was really good, all that stuff was amazing, but just to take home the whole piece of discipleship, to build into other people and to call other people along with us on our journey with Christ, and to really challenge each other.
So we had the privilege of seeing, I think, what was the final product of like a ton of relational effort put in by the locals, and it was really cool to see basically all these kids who have been coming at the camp for years finally just kind of like, click and meet Jesus in that moment. It was really cool to be able to witness that, and even be able to interact with some of the students who were part of that process.
The idea of a mission trip is awesome, and to being able to go somewhere and share your skills and your abilities with other people who could benefit from that. Big concern is that when you leave, where have you left them, and have you actually benefited them for 1 week, or is it something that they can take going forward? And I felt like when we were there, we weren't there to save the day for 1 week and, oh, the Canadian team is here and everything's going to be great, but then, okay, goodbye. But instead we were there to support the groundwork that's already there by Polish people who are living there with the kids year-round.
So before going into Poland, I didn't know what to expect, and I just asked the Lord, put me in the right contact with the right people and whoever it is you want me to be with. I got the opportunity to share the bunk, a bunk bed with a young guy whose story just broke my heart when he shared it with me. A few years prior, he was at a place where he just didn't want to live anymore. And he shared his testimony the one night in one of the sessions, and it just made me realize we don't know everybody's story, and we look at someone and we don't know what's going on. Everybody's got a story that will break your heart, is the saying. And when I heard his story, it just floored me, because here I am sharing a room with him, sharing the bunk, and just seeing the transformation what Jesus has done in his life, and looking back to where he was, it literally gives me goosebumps, and it floors me at how Jesus works, because he literally changed his life. He did a complete 180, and he was encouraging me throughout the week, teaching me a lot about my own faith and what it really means to be sold out for Jesus Christ, and living in a culture where he's surrounded by the pressures that we are, and the world, the temptations, it's all around, and yet he wants to make a difference in this generation, and he wants to tell people about Jesus and for others to know. We saw 16 young people give their lives to Jesus and stand on that stage, and that for me was one of the most pinnacle pillars, moments, the highlights of that entire trip, was seeing these kids and knowing that, yeah, that represents a good portion, but that's also just a few of the many that God's still continuing to work in their hearts.
On wskaże ci drogę. Już pod koniec dnia widzę obraz twój. Widzę usta, w których nieraz swój to byłem ból. Już pod koniec dnia słyszę cichy szept, to chyba sen. Już pod koniec dnia widzę obraz twój. Widzę dłonie, czuję serce, to ideał mój. Już pod koniec dnia, lecz nie sam. Anioła głos, usłyszałem ją, powiedziała
My name is Emilka, and I am part of the Fusion Katowice leadership team. I want to thank you guys so much for sending a team to Poland this summer, that you got some people together and you came here to serve with your talents, but also with your hearts, and invested in God's kingdom here in Poland. And I would like to give you a short update on what's been going on since you guys left, because we're still here. And first, in the summer, we had follow-up meetings, and we did some stuff just to hang out and to spend time with people. But then we also had meetings that we called the slow food, and we met at McDonald's to read the Bible with people, and it was really successful. Every time we had maybe 15 people or so, and there was a specific subject on how to pray, how to read the Bible, who is the Holy Spirit. So they've been getting some basics of like how to start your walk with God. And now that the semester has started, we are seeing a lot of the people who are at camp on a weekly basis at rehearsals. And there is especially a couple of people who are a huge joy for us. One of them is Łukasz, if you remember him. He's a good singer and he plays the guitar. And he made a commitment for God this summer, and we see that he is present. He wants to be in the fellowship. He wants to learn about God, and he talks about it, how this summer he learned how to believe. So we're really hoping that he's going to take next steps in faith. Then there is Adam. Adam also made a commitment for God this summer, and he is at every possible meeting that we have. And he seems to be reading his Bible like a hungry wolf. And so this is a very healthy hunger that he has. Then there is Magda, with the long curly hair. She is a sweetheart. She's very involved in the leadership team at Fusion, because we have added a lot of people to our leadership team to see them grow as well. And there is a couple of people who came to camp who made some steps towards God, but it seems that they still need to really get it, to really get what the gospel is, and for their lives to be transformed. So if you remember Mati with the curly hair, he's always around and he's been coming to our church meetings, but I see that he still needs some time. Then there is Paula, one of the younger girls, and a couple of others that you probably see on Facebook in our rehearsals. So if I can ask you to please keep on praying for them, that the Holy Spirit would be doing His work in their lives, and that they would see how the gospel is working in our lives, and see the love and the hope that we have from God, and that would be contagious for them. So guys, again, I want to thank you for your hearts that you invested in these people. And we're doing the best we can to follow up. And now this semester we are continuing with the slow food meetings. Last week we had our first one this semester, and around 11 people came, and they are really eager to learn, not only to be with the company and have fun and play games, but they really want to learn. They want to find out who is God, and what does He say about the world, and how does that influence my life? What do I do with this? So we are really thankful how God is providing, and we're hoping for the future that He will allow us to see a lot of fruit in what He is doing, and He's graciously allowing us to participate in it. And we are very privileged to have such partners in this ministry, and in seeking God's kingdom, and in expanding God's kingdom, to have partners like you guys. Thanks so much.